Good day, crafty chums, and it's Nikki here, aka Carson de Cat, aka Carson de Cat's Life, and yeah, it's been a while since I've actually made a video, and so I just thought I'd do a little bit of a catch-up. You know, I've been sailing, and apologise for my knees and that because I'm at my sister's house, and I'll cut. Think I'll just edit this after and cut off my knees, because you don't want to see my knees really on video, do you? I'm at my sister's house, and I'm looking after her dog. I'm some dog and house sitting while she's on holiday, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a couple of videos and upload them, and then go back to the boat. And we're continuing on sailing because we haven't quite finished the sailing season yet, so I'm going to try and get a few videos done over the next couple of days before I head off back to the boat. Thought I'd do a little bit of a catch up here. I've been practicing watercolour, and to a lesser or greater degree of success. My watercolour skills are, you can hear the dog barking. I apologise for that. She's outside barking at the workman next door. She's a yappy little doggy. So yeah, this is a one I did in June. I've actually been sailing since well, this sailing has been going on since end of March, I think it was, when we left the Isle of Wight and sailing up to Norway, and it's taken that long because we just stopped at, we did a very slow route, so videoing on and off during that time, and had a few injuries and that, and my hand is still all swollen, and I'm still getting lots of pain in it, so I'm hoping that when we actually stop sailing for this season and I can get somewhere and then get my hands seen to. It's very painful. It still swells up when I use it. I can't get my wedding ring back on or anything yet because it's all still so swollen, but eventually that will get worked out. So anyway, I was watching Gina Aaron's video a while ago, and she was doing watercolour flowers in mixed media, so this was just me having a practice at actually doing the watercolour, and she did it as a mixed media piece. So this next one here is a mixed media piece too, and she uses a sealer over the mixed media that you can watercolour on, and I didn't have that sealer. That's a special watercolour sealer. When you use mixed media, you can seal the mixed media underneath and then watercolour over the top. So what I used was a clear gesso, which I do have. It's not with me here, but it's actually back on the boat. And so I did the mixed media piece there, which is just some paper and things that I put underneath, sealed it off with a clear gesso, and then did the watercolour over the top. And to get the white, what I did do is, in Gina's video, she mentioned that you could actually use a white gesso underneath on the petals. There's a base as well, so I did that too. I used a really thin layer of white gesso on the flowers underneath, so you can actually still see the mixed media. I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but in real life you can see the mixed media through the petals as well, which was the whole point of doing the mixed media bit. And I actually quite like the technique, and it's one that I'll be using in other things as well, because I thought it was a really nice and interesting technique. Here, as I say, watercolour to the lesser or greater extent. What this needs is some ink, just some lines as well to finish it off, to do the building. But for me, it's more about capturing the feeling of the moment. So this is one that I did while I was sailing. This is just one of these little Norwegian houses in mountains and things behind. So I've captured the moment as I was looking at it just on the picture there. I could refine it more by doing lines and that in ink, but I decided not to. What I've also done a while ago, I signed up to one of Tam's courses, and it's Tam is willowing, and so I've signed up to one of her courses, and because I don't have all my things out or anything, I just decided to have a play at what she put down, which was the Little Mermaid, and so just in watercolour I've just done the Little Mermaid, which is just following her drawing there, and I quite like it, and I can't wait to start on my big piece. You know, it's a mixed media bigger piece, and I'm quite excited that I'll be doing that. But as I say, I don't have all my things here, and so I have to wait to start it. And it's really frustrating because in the group everybody else has started and I haven't even started my, my first real piece there. But anyway, this is a Little Mermaid from Tam's class, and that's what I did there, and I thought she was really cool and I really liked it. So yeah, this is another this is a place we visited in Norway, round down one of the fjords, and again this piece would look better finished off, with pen lines on it and things, but as I say, it's only just to capture the moment as I see it. I haven't even finished watercolouring it. At some point in the future this will make a nice little watercolour as my technique improves, and so I intend to do that as well. But as I say, I could make improvements here just by going over with a black pen on certain lines and things. Do I have one here? I'm struggling at the moment because I forgot to bring my reading glasses with me, and so I can't see very well from the distance here. But as I say, this little sketch would improve just simply by going around and adding the ink to it too, and I just showing you what I mean by that, just by going over like this, and then it would be an ink, I don't know, ink and wash drawing or something. I don't know what they call it, but anyway, this was a little clubhouse that was down at the bottom of the fiord, where we were anchored overnight, and as I say, it's just a little sketch to remind me that I want at some point in the future to turn this into a nice watercolour painting. So this is the reason why you have sketchbooks, and that is because basically they're just ideas, aren't they? It's your little notebook of ideas of what you want to do for later, and even just putting in those couple of lines there has improved the look of this sketch. I call it a watercolour sketch because it's not a finished, and it's not meant to be a finished thing or anything there. So yeah, it's quite difficult as you're out and about, just making it look well, I find it difficult anyway. I'm sure other people wouldn't find it difficult, just to with a very limited palette to make something of it. But yeah, if I was more experienced I'd be able to do it. So anyway, and that's just a sketch that I never got round to filling in. And then of course I went back doing faces, and that you need to keep in practice, so that was just a practice face that I did. And again, I've gone back to big eyes, and I don't like big eyes, but hey ho. And there's another one there in just turned. So these are done with the watercolours as well, because I was still sailing, so it's that's all I have with me. This is another mermaid I did there, which is following along the lines of Tam's Little Mermaid, but putting more into the watercolour. So I really took a lot of time doing that one, and it shows. It's quite nice. I really enjoyed it. This is a piece that I started that was just, it's a watercolour one as well, just trying out skin tones, mixing skin tones and things. So it's just a practice piece on skin tone, and I quite like that too. It came out quite nice, so that was good. And then of course another mermaid. This is a little bit, I've drawn this angle mermaid before quite a few times, because as I say, the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you get, the more refining of your technique you do as well. So you'll quite often see me go over and do repeat sketches and that, because I'm I try to improve on it and refine it, and yeah, and I actually I got quite some good rock formation this time on there, which I always find difficult to do because it's all self-taught, you know. It's just me playing around and trying to get better at what I'm doing. So there's that. This was another practice piece as well. I didn't like that one, but it's in there. Stay in there. Stay in there. And then this was one that I didn't like either. But this one, again, would be, you know, that I could make improvements on just by going over with ink and things like that, just to define edges and, you know. But as I say, this is just practice, and I was just trying out different skin tones, and I said, you know, as always, some will be better than others, and that's obviously not one. That's one I didn't like. This is a couple of sketches that I'm doing for mermaids, for just sketching out and shapes of mermaid that I'll fill in later, or maybe I'll just leave them as sketches and not bother, because quite often in my sketchbooks as well, sketch out an idea and then not do anything with it. Because after all, it's only an idea and you don't have to keep your ideas going. And this was the sketchbook that I got to go on holiday with, basically, because it's a nicer, thicker paper to do watercolour on, and that's what I intended to do, and I haven't finished yet, and I still haven't finished sailing. So anyway, that's my quick interjection, because I've been away from filming for a while, so I thought I'd just do this one and see how I go and see what it was like, and oh, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so thanks for looking in on my little bit of a catch-up of what I've been doing on the boat, and while I haven't been filming or anything, what I've been doing there as well. And yeah, and my hand is giving me lots of jip, but it's not my right hand, which is, you know, everything that I draw and paint with and that, so that's good. And I'll get it sorted, and that's the dog, and the dog's name is Portia. Portia! Portia! Ignore me, see? Portia! So I gotta go. See you later. Bye.